We're set. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Lisa. I know we spoke earlier on the phone. Carolina, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I just want to cover some little housekeeping with you. We will keep this therapy session confidential. That means that what happens between you and I is going to stay in this room. However, if you mention that you may want to hurt yourself or somebody else is in danger, we will have to bring a third party in just so we can kind of discuss that and get some more support in that area.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be comfortable if I jotted down some notes just to keep track of kind of where we are?
Sure, not a problem.
Okay. All right. So, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
All right. What has brought you in here today?
Okay, so I kind of want to look for some sort of support system in regards to my my son. He's in second grade right now. But when he was in kindergarten, I think it was, I started noticing that he was having some difficulty in class, kind of adjusting with the other students, and he hasn't been developing kind of the same way all the other students have been. He's a little more, gets in trouble a little more. And now, as he's gotten to first and second grade, and he's getting a little older, he's been getting in trouble a lot. And I talked to the school teachers and the counselors, and they all tell me that he gets in trouble. He's having trouble paying attention. I mean, I don't really know what it is, what I can do with him. Like, I just need some help because I wouldn't want him to be left back or anything because of that.
Oh, that's very understandable.
Yeah.
When he gets in trouble, what does he normally get in trouble for? What kind of behaviors?
I mean, he gets out of his seat a lot. He doesn't, stay in his seat for a long time, and the teachers are always reprimanding him for that. I know just recently, the other day, I think he was talking without raising his hand, and in class, you have to raise your hand to talk, which is understandable when I try teaching him that, but he doesn't seem to kind of understand that concept as much as I try to teach it to him and get him to try it in the house, but even in the house, he's just always all over the place. I don't know.
Okay. What does it typically look like at home for the two of you?
I mean, I try to have some mother-son bonding time, sit down with him and watch movies, but he doesn't really like doing that. He doesn't like talking to me either. He prefers just as running around the house. That's basically his number one thing to do. He has his cars. He plays with his cars. Sometimes, throws them here and there, makes a whole big mess.
How long will he play with his cars for? If that's something he really enjoys, then?
He does like the cars, but the most I think he can stay up with that is 15, 20 minutes. After that, he'll just start running around looking for the next thing to do. He doesn't stick to one thing for too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just you and your son at home?
His dad is also there, but his dad works most of the time. He comes home late. By the time he comes home, little Johnny's already going to bed, so he's not too involved.
Do you tend to have a structured routine at home, or do things change day to day?
I tried it when he was in first grade to do a structured routine because the teacher did recommend I try it, and maybe it'll help him adjusting more to it. But it hasn't been working. He gets bored of it. He gets tired of it. He tells me he doesn't want to do it. I don't know how to motivate him anymore. Like it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, I could imagine you're feeling overwhelmed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a very busy boy.
Very, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do his grades look like?
They're not so good, which is why I came in to look for some help because I'm scared that he might get left back because of the way he's acting. He doesn't grasp the concepts too well. He's not failing, but he's not doing too well either.
Okay. Are there areas where you see he shines?
There's not necessarily one particular thing he does very, very well. I think he just picks up some here, some there, but nothing specific.
Okay. All right. So he's kind of having trouble all over the place then.
Yep.
Okay. Now, when you're at home with him, do you ever see him sitting still or sleeping? What does that kind of look like for you? Any downtime, or is it constant?
I mean, in terms of sleeping, he does sleep. He does. But he doesn't. I don't think he needs to sleep. He just does it because I kind of tell him that okay, it's bedtime, He doesn't seem to get restless a lot. He can keep going and going if he wanted to. But I do tell him that he needs to sleep and catch up some energy for the day.
How many hours a night would you say he normally sleeps?
I think 8 hours.
Okay. And
I try to get him to bed by like 10 the latest, and then he has to wake up for school.
okay. So you wouldn't say that going to bed is a struggle?
It is, because he never wants to go to bed. But I kind of try to make that at least a routine where he has to do it. So at least I get him in bed, even if he's not falling asleep or he's not closing his eyes. I'm like, okay, you have to stay in bed, and you eventually get sleepy.
And how are you handling this, seeing as you're generally the only parent around? How is that affecting you right now?
It's a bit stressful because I do have a job and have a side job as well that I'm starting up, a business that I'm starting up. So it is taking a toll on that. I'm not having a lot of time for myself. But I mean, I just want to help him because I don't want to see him fail. He's too young to start failing already. You know?
It seems like you're really invested in finding him some help, which is really good, because with a mom like you, it seems like we can get our hands in when he's young and start working on whatever challenges he may face.
Thank you.
Have you ever taken him to see his primary care physician and talked about these things with his doctor?
I haven't. His father's completely against it. He doesn't want me to take him to a doctor, a psychologist, a social worker. He doesn't want any of that. But I told him we do need to get some help because, you know, our child seems to be struggling right now.
And, you know, talking with the doctor is one route, but there are a lot of other techniques that we could start putting in place now that may do a lot of help. I hear that you say that you've already started with the routine and that you're not seeing a lot of success from that. But there are little things that we could maybe work on, such as giving him some sensory needs.
Okay.
And trying to meet those things. A sensory diet is basically giving him things that feel good, maybe even brushing, like light touch on his skin may feel good. Little things like that that may just give him a sense of calm so that he can sit through things at home, like a movie with you, and he may be able to calm down a little bit at school.
Okay.
So those are things that you and I can work on at home, and then you can discuss with the teacher some things that she feels comfortable working on in her classroom.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so you should don't feel discouraged. We're going to be able to work on this. You should feel really good that we're getting started at this young age, and that, you know, we're going to get this tackled together. Okay.
Awesome. That sounds very, very relieving.
Good. Well, it was really nice meeting with you, and I'm glad that you brought these things to my attention. There's lots of things that we can try. And I think we're going to get him set on the right track. Do you have any more questions for me? Anything else I can do for you while you're here today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That was awesome.
It was really nice to meet with you today.
Nice to meet with you.